What you selling, buddy? What's up, everybody? Cynical Fate here, showing you some tips and tricks on how to find Haldor the Merchant in Valheim. The first part of this is going to be wandering through the Black Forest and trying to find Haldor himself. A couple things to keep in mind while finding Haldor. Number one, he's not going to spawn directly on the main island where you started. So that means you're going to want to traverse over to some other islands to find him. The second part of this is he can only be found inside the Black Forest. The third main tip is a little item pouch will spawn on the map when you're in an approximate location to Haldor. When I found him here, I was about this far away when he finally popped on the map for me, which means you don't have to be right on top of him, which makes him a lot easier to find because you just kind of have to wander around until that icon pops, and then you can start to head over to it. Now that we finally made it to Haldor, I can show you what he has to offer. He's got a lot of cool things to make your journey a little bit easier. The first thing we have is the Yule hat, which is good for fashion. We have the Diverger circlet, which is a portable perpetual light source. And this thing is amazing for exploring dungeons or being in the next biomes where it's pitch black and you can't see anything in front of you. And now you have a perfect light to guide your way. The Megingjord belt is super helpful. I know I'm not the only one that's always over encumbered and can't walk anywhere. And this belt helps alleviate that by getting you up to 450 weight instead of the standard 300. This is also the first place where you can acquire the fishing rod and the basic fishing bait. You can also get the Thunderstone. This really helps with cleaning out all that extra stuff you no longer need around the base, and you can make what's called the Obliterator. Now, this doesn't appear in Haldor shop until you have acquired iron for the very first time. Once you have made iron bars, the Thunderstone appears. The one other item that Haldor doesn't have in the shop right now is an egg. Once you've beaten Yagulth, the 5th boss of the game, he will come stocked with eggs and you can finally breed chickens, but we'll save that for another video. Now, I know what you're thinking. Now that you know where all this cool stuff is, you're wondering how you can afford it all. And that's where all the valuables that you've been collecting come into play. But what I like to do so I can come back to Haldor is I always like to build some type of portal just outside his protective bubble because you're not allowed to build in this. This also does keep you safe from enemies though if you have any trolls or anything that's going to kill you while you're close to Haldor. What I do here though is just make a little stake protective wall, and I'll drop a portal right in there just so I can get in and out if I need to, and I have easy access back to my base. With us wanting to make as many coins as we can, this is where we sell all the items labeled as valuables to make that extra coinage. You can sell all things like silver necklaces, rubies, amber pearls, and the normal amber. Here's a small breakdown of what the valuables sell for, so you kind of have an idea of how much money you can get for them, and also a small breakdown of all the costs for the materials as well. Now that you know where he is, what he has, and how we can afford it, I hope this information has helped you on your journey to finding Haldor, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.